Hey, what's up, guys? Today is day 16 of my 90 days journey of generating $5,000 monthly income. First of all, update on my new house purchase. I heard back from my real estate agent. He said the seller is amenable to all of our repair requests and will be putting together uh, a, a allowance for us to make the repairs. The main concern with that is there are some things that we haven't checked out, so we don't know how much it will cost. Even if the seller gives us $20K to fix everything, if one of these other things costs $40K, then we're still out of money. So I responded back to my agent, how about we communicate to the seller and see if we can get some other contractors to check out the house, a chimney inspector, a plumber to do a sewer line scope, and also a roofer to check out the roof. With those things out of the way, we'll have a pretty good idea what's the total cost of repairs. And as far as the Airbnb, it's only 3 more days until we have our first guest. Super excited. Today she emailed me asking if it would be okay if we allow her daughter to stay with us. I said, yeah, no problem. Just go ahead and update your listing to include 2 guests. And that's what she did. I still need to get the house cleaned up and ready, but there should be no issue hosting her on Friday. Finally, I want to share another personal development gem I read. I came across Grant Cardone's book called The Millionaire Booklet, How to Get Super Rich. A few years ago, if you asked me what my thoughts are about making lots of money, I would have said, rich people are greedy bastards. I don't want to be that person. But in reality, I just never thought saw being rich as a possibility for myself. In order to be comfortable with money, in order to be rich, I first get to become comfortable with having lots of money and not being ashamed of talking about how much money I have or how much money I want to make. I will tell you guys right now, I want to be a millionaire. Probably a deca millionaire, since a million today isn't what it used to be. There is no specific strategy for getting rich, since every person has different skills, but ultimately what it comes down to is how bad do you want it. Are you following the right strategy? Are you putting your skills to use? Are you consistent? Do you have discipline? Everything Grant Cardone talked about in his book are things that I already know, but 2 points that bear repeating are focus on income generation. In order to have the greatest possibility of getting wealthy, you need to have some money saved up to begin with. If you just have $5, there's not much you can do. There are not many money-making opportunities, but if you have $5,000, now we're talking. Grant Cardone actually shared a part of his story. At one time, he was hustling and bringing in more money than he ever had, but he was actually saving most of it to the extreme, even to the point where he had to ask for extension from his landlord since he couldn't afford rent. He was stashing so much money away. And he didn't tell anyone he was doing this. And after 5 years, he had enough money that he could put it down on a deal. And in that single decision alone, he made a ton of money. So for me, I get to increase my channels of income generation right now the Airbnb hustle will be my second revenue, and the YouTube will be my third. I might get into other channels after I get those two into a good place. And the next principle Grant Cardone talked about is who has my money? When you're prospecting or you're doing sales, you don't want to just pitch to anyone who happens to come along. In the beginning, that might be good for practice, but ultimately you care about who is a ideal customer, who wants your product, who has the money to pay for it, and who will be satisfied once they use your product. If it doesn't satisfy those conditions, then you're wasting your time. He's constantly asking himself, who has my money? Who has my money? And ultimately, he found those people. Now, as for me, the person who has my money are the Airbnb guests and the people that I will be offering my future service to. That's still TBD what marketable service I'm going to use to hustle on the side. But those are some good ideas that I took away, and hopefully you guys can get benefit as well. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in, and if you'd like to stay up to date with my journey, please subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification so you get notified. And as always, peace!